Please tell us your name.
My name is Asa Brue, and I am the director and CTO of V75 Inc., which works along with True Self, which is essentially what this entire session is about. So, for instance, True Self allows you to. It works with cutting-edge AI technology that allows you to interact. So, what you'll see within this showcase right now are different models that we would have created, AIs that you can interact with, such as like what I have in front of me, which is Wimi or Wimi, depends on how you want to pronounce it. So essentially what this is AI in education that really and truly allows you to have your kids interact with, something that is intuitive, something that teaches them how to work along with people overall. You can ask it any question, and it's very engaging when it comes to keeping the kids engaged and how they interact with it. It has certain safeguards in place, which essentially protects you from, or protects your kids, I should say, from anything relating to, the bad aspect, the condescending things that are out there. And that's essentially what we've built here overall. We've, used certain cutting edge technology to be in order to build our model to make it something that understands kids and then is able to give a response that is something that they can work with, they can grow with, and they can learn from as we progress. It also teaches you, you can ask it any question really related to maths. You can ask it to sing songs, you can do all these different things. I mean, the technology is very wide. It allows you, and that's why I encourage everyone to just play around with it. There are still aspects of it. Of course, it's in an alpha stage, but there's still aspects to it that we're still learning. So that's why every time someone comes up, we ask them, hey, test it out. Let's see how it's going to respond to you. Everyone comes up with a different response. And then we're like, okay, how would this actually respond to you? Because before we had the aspect where, you might say turn on the lights, and then it would just turn on the lights and that's it. That's all it does for you. This is more something that in the human nature that brings that feeling that you're not talking to a robot, but you're talking to something that really and truly understands you and knows how to reply at that given time.
Perfect. So, what is the expected outcome at the end of today's session?
Well, the outcome is essentially to, one, not necessarily. Before, when it comes to AI, everybody thinks of it as, hey, it's here to take over the world, or it's here, it's going to take over human jobs, but it's essentially to complement. As I would have been mentioning earlier, is that this can essentially help you. For instance, Wimi, what it does is that it allows you to help your kids become more engaged, more social, something that you can talk to. You can even ease the parents sometimes. They always come into you and so forth. Imagine you have something that is engaging, that allows them to be a little bit preoccupied from time to time and not necessarily the regular set of things that you would usually routinely do, and it doesn't really understand you, or they might be looking at something on YouTube and it's just content that was created by someone. This here is able to grow and then allow you to, understand a kid a little bit better and give a response that is more appropriate at that given time. So it's all about the engagement and creating that awareness that AI is not here to take over the world. It's here to just complement us and make something that is, ease at the parents overall, and well, I'm talking specifically this one. There's so many others as you would go on, and you'll see the different AIs that we have built out in prototypes right now. But it's there to complement and just ease your entire view of AI.
Awesome. So I'm excited so that we can have a tour and to see how this AI works.
Yeah. So as I would have mentioned, I would like you to just go through it, ask it a question. You just tap the microphone is going to start to listen to you. You're going to talk, and then you're just going to tap it back, and then it's going to respond to you afterwards.
Okay, sure. Which country does ethnic people belongs to?
Disconnected. Let's go that again.
Which country does ethnic people belongs to? I think I have to put on my accent.
Yeah.
Which country does Essequibo belongs to? Oh my.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm not sure I understand your question. You're asking about a specific cable company?
I don't think it's hearing me clearly because
Yeah,
of what is.
there's a lot of noise level that is happening, and then the Essequibo aspect of it, I know it's there. Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely have you test it. So you can just click, and then when you're done talking, you can just click.
There's Essequibo belong to Guyana.
Yeah. I think the Essequibo aspect is.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure. You know how to do it? Is it a game? Maybe a careful story? Let's figure it out together.
Yeah. See, essentially what it does is that, I mean, even though it kind of got what Essequibo is wrong, it tried to point you in the direction of, what can you ask me? What are things that we can talk about overall? So even though at that time, it's letting you know that it's an AI and, some of the information will be limited overall when it comes to what there is, it tries to still, guide our conversation, be as pleasing as possible to essentially direct you in a pathway that, you can have the children, ask questions and just go about it and be able to continue the conversation rather than just, abruptly just saying, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, or, giving an answer that it may not know at the time.
Hey, I'm Giselle and I am demoing Med AI. So this here, you can imagine being in, let's say, a healthcare system like a hospital or a health center. And what she can do is basically play the role of a receptionist, taking chief complaints of patients or their medical history, so to say. So let's give it a try. So he'll be my patient for this exercise. So come across. So interact. So he said hello.
Hello, John Wick. I'm Julius in AI Medical Club. I'll be guiding you through the patient registration process. It involves a series of questions to gather necessary information. Let's get started.
So
What is your full name?
quick thing, John Wick is just the default name as of right now, but if you notice, it did ask for your full name. So he's gonna give a random full name.
Jack Wilson.
Nice to meet you, Jack Wilson. Now, could you please tell me how old are you?
I am 19 years.
Thank you for that information. What is the purpose of your visit today?
I'm like it's general checkup.
Thank you for letting me know, Jack. I've noted down that you're here for a general checkup. That concludes our registration process. Please have a seat in the waiting area. The doctor will see you shortly.
So you see, what it does is it kind of optimizes the process of a doctor having to see a patient. So you can even do this from home. Let's say there are certain healthcare providers that provide you with a QR code that a patient can utilize if they're having an issue, and they can basically give their chief complaint and so forth, and then we'll move on to the level of even scheduling appointments. So it would kind of like kill the hassle of having to wait behind like 1,000 persons to see the doctor just to give your chief complaint alone. It optimizes the process for both the patient as well as the doctor. And this is just the shell. This is just the initial phase of what we're yet to accomplish with AI and med.
Awesome. So, what do you intend to be the desired outcome from today's event?
Honestly, we're just hoping to have more clients collaborate with us. We have funding from IDB to offer free services for 1 year with a few businesses. So we're hoping that you guys could come on board and see the advantages of AI. If you look around, this is only one industry we've tapped into. There's so many others on display today. And we're really hoping that you guys can collaborate with us and we have a better understanding of how useful AI can be in Guyana. Yes, thank you.
Hey, my name is Tariq, and this here is the Reservation AI. So it allows you to make a reservation at Wayne's World. Yeah, well, I don't have the chat screen up right now, but yeah, this is the kiosk. So it allows you to make a reservation, reserve a room from the sheet list here. If the room is not available, it would provide you the room that is available. If the date is not available, it would provide you with the date when the room is available. Yeah, so this is the Reservation AI.
Welcome, good afternoon. So my name is Andrew Garnett and we are Voxel. Voxel is Guyana's first specialized medical technology company. So what we aim to do at Voxel, what our flagship product is called Voxel RIS. RIS stands for Radiology Information System. So you can see on screen here, we provide a radiology information system to any imaging center, whether it's at a hospital, clinic, lab, any medical institution that provides imaging services. That's like taking X-rays, CT scans, or MRIs. We provide this to them. So our system has all the features that you would typically find in a radiology information system. So we have like our dashboard and analytics, we have patient management, patient scheduling, appointments, radiology work lists. We'd also integrate with all the modality devices. So the X-rays, the CT devices, the MRIs, we would integrate with all of them via DICOM and make sure that there's automatic data transfer across the hospital. But what we want to focus on today are the two AI components of our system. So the first of which, we call it Checksy Data, is a system, an AI system that would automatically validate chest X-rays. So on the first, X-rays have to go through multiple levels of approval before they are passed on to the before diagnosis is made. So what we aim to do is automate the first level of approval, which is where they scan the X-ray and try to approve it, try to validate it, and make sure that it's of good diagnostic quality. So you can see on screen here, there's a checklist that they would go through during manual evaluation, where they would check the X-ray to ensure that it has proper lighting, proper bone density, there are no foreign artifacts. There's a list of a list of criteria that they would go through before they validate the chest X-ray. We automate this. This would typically take a manual, typically take a junior radiologist about 3 minutes to evaluate manually, but our system would automate this entire process within 0.8 seconds. So you can scale this over thousands of images that are going through a hospital and see the amount of impacts that you can create by reducing 3 minutes to 0.8 seconds for this first level of approval. So I can show you a quick demo of it. You can just feed in an image that is not suitable for use. I ran it through my model, and in less than a second, it returns the output and its usability in the system. So that's our first AI component. Our second one is related to full body segmentation. So in our example here, in our demo, we have a CT scan of an abdomen. Typically, before further analysis, radiologists might want to perform segmentation to allow them to more easily make diagnosis and analyze the CT. So what we do, and this is actually a lengthy process, this can even take a radiologist as much as 2 hours to segment an image. What we aim to do at Voxel is that we've added within our DICOM viewer an AI component that would automatically segment, automatically perform full body segmentation. So you can see on screen here, a CT scan of an abdomen before segmentation, and in 2 minutes, run through a model, it's completely segmented. So these two components, these two artificial intelligence components, they are integrated within our system, and they all contribute to the goal of streamlining services in the hospital, making stuff more efficient and lowering costs. And yeah, overall, because let's face it, in Guyana, in some areas in the medical industry, we're lagging behind our international competitors. So yeah, this is the motive, this is the mandate of Voxel.
So what do you look to achieve from today's event?
Today's event is mostly about making the public aware, showing them some of the capabilities of AI in the medical space, how we can benefit them in the future, how we can reduce costs, make these hospitals more efficient, and overall revolutionize the industry in Guyana.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Vance Hardin. We are AI architects. We are an architectural firm based in Annandale. Today we're presenting softwares that you use to do architectural designs, houses, buildings, commercial, residential, you name it. But if you look on the screen here, we have some 3D views of an internal, external. We also give you a walkthrough of your building. We do building plans, we design, we manage, and we build. We also print 3D models of your building. If you look here, this is a printed model of a building that we designed. If you look here, there's the actual 3D model. And this is the 3D printer that we use to print the models. So basically we design homes, floor plans, consult, build. So that's basically us.
Yeah.
Sorry? No, this is the other branch there. Those are some of our clientele. Right. Thank you for viewing.
What do you expect to gain from today's event?
To gain from today's event, exposure and teaching people what AI is doing for us right now and where the future is heading, or where we're heading in the future. Basically, how we're going to design what you can see before it's built, your home and everything.
All right, welcome everyone. This is AI in Film and Media. My name is Martin Messiah with Messiah Capital. This is entirely AI generated. This is a trailer that we're working on for our IP called Jungle Flood. Over here, you'll see the film pitch that we used to win the Caribbean Film Pitch Competition. This is a visual storyboard of the entire story we're working with, where you actually see work from real artists. And you'll be able to see that this is even our Arapaima fish, like the ones that you'd find in the interior. And over here, you could see the beautiful work of all of the hundreds of persons who have been here today, coloring and experimenting with the crayons. And these images are all AI generated. So yeah, support AI in film. You might be wondering, why is there a turtle, or why are there two turtles there? Well, we're showcasing biodiversity with this project, and with your generous donation, you can feed that turtle, so feel free to make that generous donation, and we'll use that to develop the IP and develop the entire thing with the Jungle Flood. Now, don't look for us in 2024. Most likely you'll see us next in 2025, because we're developing a world around this IP of Jungle Flood. Video games, we're talking coloring book, all them kind of things we'll be developing, and with your generous support, we can make this happen. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Martin Messiah with Messiah Capital.
What do you hope to gain from today's event?
Today's event is a revolutionary event. It's the first time I've ever seen AI showcase like this in Guyana. And I think I realized that I might be the only person who's leading the way as the true pioneer of AI in film and media. So yeah, from this event, we've had hundreds of persons come through They've interacted, they've asked questions. Some people have even donated. Some people have signed up and all of that. So definitely we're looking forward to your support. And Eldon and his team have done an amazing job with this entire project. And you're not going to find this anywhere online, Jungle Flood, until we're ready for it to be seen. So yeah, we really appreciate this and all the support from all the developmental agencies. And from Jungle Flood, big shout out to the Caribbean Development Bank, big shout out to Barbados Export Development Agency, Caribbean Export Development Agency for the work that they're all doing with the creative industry in the Caribbean.
And the person that are wondering how they can contact and support the work that you're doing.
Everybody knows Martin Messiah. Look for it online, look for my number, search for Martin Messiah and contact him. You could also message me on WhatsApp, 683-9457. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have questions, let me know. If you want to fund it or you just like what we're doing, definitely let me know and make your donations to what we're doing, because we're revolutionizing the way that we share Guyanese culture, not only in our country, but internationally.
Please tell us your name and the school you're from.
Yeah, my name is Melon Richards and I'm from Sam Title Institute. And during my tour of this area, of this seminar going on right now, the most thing that I'm interested in is the math AI, to help me with the maths, especially in statistics. And I found it very interesting that I could finally get an extra teacher to help me with all the problems like standard deviation and probability and so on. And the another AI that I was interested in is the AI that creates animated videos and stuff. That's my interest. And the chat with health, for health and so on, in case I have any problems, if I get feeling any symptoms or if I have symptoms or anything and so on, it can help me like figure out what I have done. And that's basically it. That's basically it.
What recommendations would you have for the organizer?
Well, for me, I'd like that NATI implement these AIs in a teaching environment, so it could help students learn better, faster and easier, and give them additional time to do their work.
Hey, my name is Dominic Budan. I'm an intern at V75. So the project I'm showing you guys today is called Guardian AI. So Guardian AI is a gender-based violence counselor. It focuses on persons speaking to victims who would have experienced gender-based violence or any form of domestic violence, I would say. And based on what the victim would have said, it takes that information to place into a report. The report is to submit to local authorities. An instance I can give you is if you're the victim speaking to the AI and the AI would be emphatic and say, "I'm sorry to hear this happen," it would then ask, can I have your name or can I have the name of the victim? And afterwards it would give you, can I have the name of the abuser? It would also ask for location, it can ask for time. It just wants as much details as possible to place into this one report. And once you have that report, you can simply have the victim submit that to local authorities. At least that's what Guardian can do right now. Of course, there's plans to develop it further, but that's the main aim of Guardian. So it's I could say it's a sort of safe space for victims to chat with before reaching out to anyone else. Yeah.
All right, so my name is Eldon Marks. I am the CEO of V75 Inc. I'm also the co-founder of True Self Inc. And this AI4D event that we've held today is a milestone that's been just over 7 months in the making, where we would have, at some point in the past, won TC prototype funding from IDB Lab, and we got to work in transforming an AI concept that was patented into a product. Now, the product that we've built has taken our social impact-led initiatives, combined it with the technological underpinnings of an AI stack, and turned it into a platform, a tech platform with developable objectives. So what was presented today is really just the unveiling of that tech platform. The interesting thing about the tech platform is that it leverages the leading edge generative AI models that are out today. Just about any models can be plugged into it. And I went into detail in terms of just explaining in layman's terms what a model is and what AI is. And I'll just spend a little bit time in terms of describing that. So we realized that AI is on everyone's minds, but not everyone really understands what it is. And that's because there's more theory than practice out there. And what you find is that AI itself is nothing to be feared per se. Back in the day, there was a process that we employed to take a stepwise approach in solving problems. We prescribed the steps, and then we were able to program something in the computer to execute the same steps to solve a problem. And that computer program was able to solve problems, the same problem that we taught it, and that's programming. That's different from AI. Then we discovered the ability to take a bunch of data, shove it into a program, and then instead of solving the problem ourselves, the program would actually solve the problem for us if we told it what to output, or if we gave it an idea whether the output was correct or not. And the more data we put into the program, the smarter it became and the more thinking it did on its own. So we didn't have to think about it. So that's the concept of AI itself. These programs that are thinking on their own and solving problems on their own are what we call models, right? And these models are now transforming the entire tech landscape. You might have heard of ChatGPT. That's based on a model that's smart enough to think on its own. So part of the objectives of this event is to really raise awareness and close the confidence gap around the AI, because we know that it's relevant in terms of embracing the technology so that we can benefit from the technology. True Self sits at the heart of that, whereby we were able to build a stack to fill the gap between the amazing models that we have and the regular users that can benefit from the models. So we were able to build technology layers on top so that we can connect the amazing potential of these models to real business use cases in the real world. And what we're showing today are development previews of a number of various applications that can be integrated into WhatsApp, that can be integrated in your websites, that can even have a kiosk to meet your customers at the front desk and take their order and answer their questions and register them, for example, or even chat with them on WhatsApp to answer questions. These are not chatbots. It's driven by leading-edge generative AI models that create that very human-like exchange at the natural language level. And we wanted to do more showing than telling, because that's a step towards closing the confidence gap so that everyone becomes more aware of what AI can actually do. And just to mention, we've been practicing in AI for over 5 years at V75 Inc. And now we've taken our know-how and our love for national development and turned it into this AI 40 movement, where we're hoping to get as much awareness around AI so that we can transform our country and probably by extension the region in time to come.
How far are we in terms of AI taking our previous jobs?
Well, what I mentioned inside of the presentation is that in the last 5 years, technically AI in practice in this country has created more jobs than it's taken away. It depends on the context. In developing regions, you'll find that AI will quickly create more jobs first than it will steal and it will take away. And the removal of jobs is really just an inability of us to adapt to the changing landscape, because change is constant. We can't stop the world from changing. We had technological revolutions in the past that weren't as advanced. Jobs were shifted. I wouldn't say lost per se. Jobs were made obsolete and newer jobs came into the fore. Right now, what we have is a huge demand for AI prompt designers, engineers, individuals who are able to analyze business processes and map it to AI-based solutions so that we'll be able to protect livelihoods eventually because of the nature of the scenarios. I think my son's trying to get in there. Sweetheart, daddy's doing a sorry, go to mommy. Daddy's doing an interview. All right, yeah. So just to get my brain back on track here, the idea of AI taking jobs is a misconception. As I mentioned, it's really a revolution where, as part of the full continuum of change, there are certain things that will become less and less relevant and obsolete, and there are other things that will take their place. So like I mentioned, in the past 5 years, we've created more opportunity with AI than the reverse happening. And within our context in the developing world, we need AI to create opportunities, increase the quality of life by protecting livelihoods and ensuring that our youth have a reason to stay and help national development along.
So for persons that are looking on and they're wondering how they can get involved in terms of learning more about AI, helping to develop processes, how can they do that with V75?
Well, right now, as part of the mission that has True Self at its core, we have certain programs that we're planning. The first of which is we're looking at a tech ecosystem, for example, and we have this entire AI stack that abstracts away a lot of the complexities of wielding AI so that they can deliver deliver solutions to clients using a professional services model. We want to be able to reach out to the local tech ecosystem and help to upskill or train those agencies to wield the stack and become practitioner partners in this delivery of service. That's one way from a company standpoint that we're looking to endeavor to bring people on board. There is also one designed for individuals and students. So there's an AI upskilling program where, in essence, we want to create a virtual school that teaches specific AI concepts that are relevant in the here and now based on these leading edge models, so that individuals as well as aspiring professionals looking to increase their marketability can learn the tools of the trade and then apply that so that they can, again, protect their livelihoods and move on in terms of their careers.
You guys seem to have your work cut out. What are some of the challenges you guys face on a day-to-day basis?
Well, you heard the term third world struggles. We face the regular collection of challenges that anyone faces in a developing country like Guyana. We got power cuts happening all of the time. Our teams sometimes our teammates are sometimes impaired by it because we've been working remotely since 2020. Even though we have an office there, our teammates just prefer to work at home. There are outages that happen all the time. There are these hiccups that really shouldn't interfere with productivity that happen. These are some of the challenges at the lowest level. Beyond that, we haven't necessarily experienced any additional other challenges because within this field, maybe we do, but we overcome them as quickly as possible because in this field, you have to think fast and adapt quickly because it moves so quickly. So you need to be able to keep on top of things. So we're active problem solvers to make sure that we stay on top of things moving forth. But there are certain infrastructure related, like reliable access to power, internet, running water, those basic things that will, as long as they're taken care of,